Hi everybody, this is John, owner of the Simplest Biz, and in today's video, probably one of the more important videos I've ever done, it's about how 5 blocks can change your life. 5 blocks of any given city can change your life and change the trajectory of it, leave a legacy for your family. That sounds highfalutin maybe, but I want to show you and what's happened in my life and break this down so you guys understand. I get the question all the time, well, how many people can do this? You know, is it saturated? Will it work in my town? Right? And Birmingham's nothing special. It's not a big city. It's 200,000 people in the city proper, right? But the thing about it is, I'm not hardly ever in Birmingham anyway, except for some accounts that are done on Fridays. Okay, I want to zoom in here, and I want you guys to see something. Do you see this little area right here? This little section of town, just this little spot right here, and some over here as well. I want to back out just to give you perspective. It's just one little spot, right? We zoom into Birmingham. Look what we got here, okay? We have industry and industry and industry all throughout this area here. We have industry out in Irondale, out here. All this industry out here. We have by the international airport, industry all throughout this area right here, okay? Even out in Gardendale, if you zoom in, all along this corridor right here is industry, right? And that was even touched over here in Fairfield, industry all throughout this area, all throughout this area, all throughout this area. Okay, Midfield, same thing, industry, 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 all through this area here and here and here. I could go on and on, and then we get into Bessemer. I'll go back up a little bit. Out here in Bessemer, tons of industry in this area, and in this area, and in this area, and in this area. All along the 459 corridor, right down in here, more industry. Industry, 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 industry. All throughout here, and here, and here. It's everywhere in the United States. There's nothing special about Birmingham. I could pick any city USA, and believe me, we've done it for students as well, of how this works. Out in Alabaster, where I spend 1 day a week, we have industry all throughout here. You know, it's just more than any army of people can handle in just one little city, in just one little section of just Alabaster proper. Then you got Pelham, you got this, and you got this. Well, let's go down a little further here. I really want to make the point. Pelham, industry, right here, all throughout here. And then you get into Hoover. You know, I'm just talking about my local area. And I could do this for any given city USA. But let's go back. I'm going to pause for a second and go back to where we started. And I want to make a point. Do you see this area right here? This distribution center. And this little area right in this area right here. Okay? I'm going to mark and get my marker to work here. We have in this little business right here is a supplier. I have a buyer right here. I have another supplier right here. I have a buyer it's here. That's a buyer. And oh, sorry, I messed up. Excuse me. It's actually here. It's the other buyer. And then this is a supplier here as well. Supplier. This is a supplier. This is a supplier. This is a fantastic, right here in this business right here, major buyer. We have a major buyer here. We have a major supplier here, and I'm going to show you this in just a second. Let me pause and zoom into that. So check this out. We were back there, and I'll zoom out in a minute, but we were right here. And look at this. Look at these stacks and stacks of pallets, right? And many times of the week, they'll have this whole area filled with pallets as well. You back up a little further and you go over here, right across the fence line. Look at that. Pallets, 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 pallets everywhere. Go down the street, right here. Let me pause for a second. Buyer of pallets, right here. Buyer of pallets here as well. Keep them inside and when they took this picture. So folks, just in this area right here, it's more business as you can handle, right? And if we back out, that's just this little area and all the surrounding areas of Birmingham. I could do this in Nashville. I could do this in Montgomery and Mobile and Shreveport and Slidell and you name it. Small towns, little towns, Pell City itself. Check it out. Pell City, industry, 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 right? And that's just one little spot on the map. You get into Birmingham. Look at this. Look how much there is to deal with. Industry everywhere. It's the same in all parts of the United States. And the cool thing is, it's all butted up together in certain parts of town, right? So just working this little area right here, you know, is a lot of business to deal with. Okay, just this little industrial park right here. There's a lot of times there's a lot of businesses in one building to deal with. So I just want to hammer the point home. This is bigger than you can fathom because all commerce is moved on pallets. Okay, so I hope this really helps. I'm going into these smaller municipalities here, and if you look into Irondale, let's zoom in a little bit. Out in this area here, look. Let's think if this was your. Sorry, let me fix this. Let's think if this was your little pocket, right? That you're working. This little section right here, right? And that's the way I teach this. There's a lot of pockets all over the United States, okay? Cities and towns, Atlanta. I mean, there's hundreds of pockets around Atlanta and south of Atlanta. When you start zooming in, you start seeing it, right? Here and here and here. it's and here and here and here. And here and here. And that's not even in Atlanta. That's down south of Atlanta. That's College Park area. You get into Atlanta proper and start really zooming in. Here and here and here. I hope I've made the point. And I hope that you see this for what it is. There's hustle involved. Do you have to learn how to do this? Absolutely. But when you have those accounts that I was talking about in Homewood, little Homewood, Alabama, ordering week after week after week, and you're working in a small little area, it makes your life efficient. It gives you time to do the things you want to do, and you got orders coming in week after week after week from the same customers. Okay? Thanks for taking time. I'm in this with zooming back into where I started. Right here. And you know what you need to do? Is get your little box and work your box. Okay? That little box that starts right here. I'm going to zoom out real slow. There's lots of them. You just work in this little small area here, but look at all the other possibilities of places that you can work as well and do this business. Thanks for taking time. Again, John Wilker with the Simplest Biz. And go to the Simplest Biz for you, FOR, the letter U.com. Opt in for more information. Thumbs up on this video. And we'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.